Okay folks, let's see what this is. I think we'll go at 400. Okay, let's see what we have. We've not done one of these before. It is a box of Nerds, Pinktricity and Electro Orange. Thing with Nerds is that I don't eat these. I just bought them for this job. But basically I admire nerds, the ones that fix computers and overcome technical problems that a normal person would not have the patience nor the ability to do. You've got to put your hand up to the nerds. They are a very industrious and a very helpful lot of people, and they just get put down for being dorks or then there's the other ones. I don't know what the difference is between a geek and a nerd, but I think it's much the same. Sometimes it does get used interchangeably, but basically, yeah, I just really think people give nerds a bad time. You know, that looks interesting. I think we can make it a bit smaller. But people give them a bad time, and they're really like, you can't get more helpful than them when it comes to computer failures and shit like that. And they really know how to do things efficiently, and they're just so helpful. And I've always admired them ever since I knew about them, since I was 10 years old, back in the Commodore 64 days. I've always had a respect for them, and I really love nerds. Not these, I mean the people. The people which I'm pretty sure these were named after. Now that looks really good. I think we can run with that. Or maybe we could, yeah, that's in the corner there. That looks really good. I think that's all right. I think we've got it right. But basically, nerds are indeed a very helpful. They're often very helpful. I do think maybe we could make it a bit smaller, but I think that's good enough. We're not going to get too perfectionistic about it. So we just put the nerds away, and we're going to make this into a movement piece. But basically, most people, they just get hassled. They get called dork or they get called nerd. But nerd should be a badge of honour. I'm a special kind of nerd myself. I'm a nerd. I'm a toner head. A photocopier nerd is referred to as a toner head, as in the ink, the dried powdered ink that goes into the photocopier. It's called toner, and we're called toner heads. Toner head is the technical term for photocopier nerd, or should I say it's the specific kind of term that we use. And there's another saying related to toner heads that I haven't actually spoken about in any of my videos to my knowledge, and that is having this thing called toner in the blood. Having toner in the blood means you're really into photocopiers. You live, breathe and eat photocopiers. And that was a term I didn't make up. That was a term that some other toner heads told me about. So toner in the blood just means you live for the photocopier industry, you live for the machinery, and it's just in your blood. And that's what it's called, toner in the blood. So that's basically it. If you love photocopiers, if you're really into them, you've got fucking toner in the blood. You live for it. It's your life. It's your fucking life, and that's it. That looks interesting. I do think we got too much of the... Yeah, I do like that one in some ways. It's not an easy one to do. But nerds, yeah, you got to take your hat off to them, folks. They really, they often do things really cheap, and sometimes they even do it free of charge to fix something. So if you know a nerd and, you know, befriend them, you know, they might well just fix your next computer or IT problem, and you may not have to pay them. But don't take advantage of them, folks. But they are, they're often very generous. They love what they do, so therefore they're not going to be greedy about it and expect things like that. Anyway, that looks really quite interesting. I like it and I don't. But basically, nerds are indeed often a very generous people. But I'm proud to be a toner head, that kind of specialised, highly specialised nerd. One day I want to design my own photocopier. I want to become a CEO of a future photocopier company. I want to be able to make the best photocopiers on earth. The most durable, long-lasting, efficient, reliable. I want to make the best ones that man has ever seen. Now that looks really quite interesting. I think we could work with that. So I really want to make a photocopier that's beyond what we have now, because the people that run the photocopier industry are not toner heads. They're arseholes. To put it bluntly, they're arseholes that just care about money, and they don't care about anything else but money. And you can tell in the way this machine is so inefficient and so shitty, you know it's not a toner head that conceived it, or toner heads in the lab who conceived it. Maybe the original features were toner heads, but toner heads were being tossed out of their jobs in the late 90s and replaced with monkeys. And I have no respect for monkeys, monkey brains, idiots, dumbasses who just get fed peanuts, or should I say bananas, and then they accept. They're cheaper. They're cheaper to pay. They don't expect. The nerds are often seen as people that have to be paid more, even though they often, as I was saying before, they'll often fix your computer for nothing. But of course, in the commerce world, they're often viewed as they're too expensive. You know, they're too much. They have to be paid heaps because they're smart and they do the job diligently. And because they do it diligently, they think that they're going to have to pay them more. So the nerds got, the toner heads in this case, got turfed out of the industry. And the machines of today just use legacy software. And they might change the people that are currently in power with this company might change the way the control panel works, but they can't add new features or make anything really exciting. And you just get this sense that they don't fucking care. Look, there's a nerd right there, I just noticed. Isn't that funny? But yeah, you just get the feeling that the industry's full of money fuckery. You know, just profiteering and marketeering. You know, marketeering is in making the product look really efficient, and, you know, the old smoke and mirrors tricks that they pull off in these companies when they have their big hoity-toity product launches that try to make out that this product is innovative and that it's this and that it's that. And it's just shit. It's just bullshit. It's all smoke and fucking mirrors. And I'm so over this boring smoke and mirrors effect that I see in these companies. I don't even watch those fucking boring product launches anyway. I don't bother even to put them on YouTube, to watch them on social media anymore, because it's just fuckery, money fuckery. It's just bullshit. Stupid company, this one. Shai Yamana, the CEO, ought to be ashamed of himself. And this is not good for the planet. And my photocopier of the future has got to be good for the planet as well as humanity. And it's got to earn its way, it's got to earn its keep when it comes to looking after the planet and looking after the human race before the design gets approved and the money starts flowing. You know, you've got to put the environment and people before profit. Otherwise, we won't have a fucking future as a human race. We won't, folks. We'll die. We'll die out. Wouldn't that be a tragedy? Smartest things on earth snuffing themselves out. Really dumb. But that's come up better than I thought. I think now we can call this demo quits.